Coach K, Jeff Keziah, a guy I've gotten to know just recently. I'm not going to give you this full dossier right now, but I got to spend the entire day with him in Glacier National Park yesterday, and he completely exhausted me. He has got way more energy than I do. He is awesome. He is full of tons of knowledge, and he's going to impart some of that on you guys. So, Jeff, you want to come on up and finish this out, and then we'll watch.
So I've traveled 2,000 miles this weekend to help you understand that when men get it right, everybody wins. And it's already been stated, Jesus Christ has already proclaimed the victory for us. You and I need to learn to walk in that victory. And so wherever you come from, in your particular spiritual journey, there are 6 placements along the road of life. We'll get into some of those placements this weekend. We're looking forward for God working in you and through you. Our ministry has a theme. A spiritual awakening will not fully occur without a heart transformation among men. I've had the privilege to travel 42 states and be with over 1,000 churches, talk to groups like yours. I was in Cleveland, Ohio with a group like yours a few weeks ago. I'll be in Michigan next weekend. And a lot of times men will attend functions like this wanting to be a better dude for God. They have the right motive, but that's not scripturally based. You see, God's not looking for you to be a better guy. He's looking for your heart to be transformed, not your behavior to be modified. And so I hope that throughout the entire weekend, that will ring loud and clear. That's what awakens me every day. That's what sends me around the country. With the support of a prayer team, I got a Nebraska Cornhusker in the house, and I had a chance to chat with him earlier. He's got his Go Big Red gear on. And so I got some guys in Omaha, Nebraska praying for us this particular weekend. And so we're looking forward to seeing what the Lord will do. Most importantly, my main support behind me is my dear wife of 38 years. Candy and I enjoy the great outdoors. I hope to bring her to Montana one day and let her experience this wonderful big sky country. Though I've been to all 42 states, including Alaska, I have 8 more to go. This is number 1 on my list. I meet God in big sky country, and He does big things in my life when I come here. As I did in 2014, 2016, at the Iron Sharpens Iron Conference. It's an honor to be back with Justin. It's great to be able to meet with Jacob, get to know him, and share this weekend together as we go to present for each of you guys. We went to Glacier National Park on yesterday. I wanted to go do some soul keeping. I went to 22 Promise Keepers over the years and took busloads of guys, van loads of guys, and carloads of guys. It was a privilege to be in football stadiums with 50,000 men, basketball arenas with 20,000 men, and then some of the smaller venues with 8 to 10,000 men. Most importantly, October 4th, 1997, one of the top 5 days in my spiritual journey was to be at the National Mall, Washington, D.C., and to realize before we can truly man up, we must learn how to kneel down. Was anybody else at the National Mall in 1997? That couple of you were. And that was a fantastic experience. And so there's nothing like when men gather in settings to do business with God. And so we're excited to have you here. I mentioned to you the Queen of My Castle for 38 years. She's a Southern Belle from Chattanooga, Tennessee. You found out by now I have a Southern accent as well. And I'm passionate about the things of God, so I'm going to tell you, before you eat some of that caramel corn, our RPM is going to keep some of you away to stay in touch with me, okay? So I'll try to gear it down as much as I can. But we're looking forward to seeing what God will do. But the good news is, after 38 years being married on July the 4th, 1980, the fireworks are still going off. And that's important, man. It's crucial to keep the fires burning in our marriages. You know, I look spiritually for God to draw men to the fire. Hope He will draw you this weekend so we'll be back to the fire to learn how to rekindle the flame. But I want you to know, the dear Queen of My Castle knows what it means to rekindle the flame in our marriage. And so I appreciate her willingness to be committed in that particular realm. But the bad news is, at age 61, it takes a little bit longer to light the fuse. So, do I have a witness out there with some of you guys? It's important to see that take place. But to Glacier National Park. Let her enjoy that on some occasion. If I have one day left in reserve to spend, this is where I will come. The next slide will tell you the theme for the weekend. No man is an island. No man stands alone. That's my takeaway for you when we talk about a man and his world. Tomorrow morning in section 2, I'll ask you what I think is one of the most important questions in your walk with God. Now, some of you that have been invited here to be with us this weekend, Justin's already alluded to this, as well as Jacob, and our prayers yesterday for all of you. We spent time hiking the park, spending time with God through soul keeping. But before I come and speak to men that I've never met before, I like to live out Psalm 147:4. That says he calls the stars by name. So each of you were prayed for. There were 5 of us on the hike. And we stopped at various stations on our 6-mile hike. And we had conversations with God. Some of you that I prayed for, I have no clue what you're bringing to this weekend. What challenges you're facing. Maybe you're riding a high of what's going on. Had a chance to have some good table time conversations during the meal. And hear about guys coming this particular weekend. But it's important for all of us to recognize that we cannot go back and do life alone. I was privileged to be a high school coach for 6 years. Therefore, my moniker, Coach K. We all are forgetful as men. Our wives do a better job of remembering names. So it's going to be easy if you remember to call me Coach instead of Jeff. And so we set this room up like a locker room. And so I will give you 4 locker room challenges this particular weekend. After being a high school coach to high school players, I then had a chance to be a men's pastor for 28 years in 3 states. And then for the last 5 years, traveling to 42 states and 7 foreign countries to challenge men just like you. When I have a chance to go and speak to guys, the first question on the table is, where are you on your spiritual journey? There are 6 placements in life, and you need to know where you are in that process. And probably in session 1 tomorrow morning, I'll include that illustration so you can see visually where that process finds you these days. But when people ask me, during my 28-year run as a men's pastor, where did I see the most significant growth in the life of guys moving forward in their faith? We're an army of men who gather on a given Sunday morning for the celebration of being enlisted into his army. And maybe there'll be some enlistment taking place this weekend, with some of you coming in to walk the car lot and raise the hood and kick the tires. And where I come from, you can belong before you believe. So we welcome you here this weekend. And we look forward to sowing some seeds, and we'll be glad in the informal times to chat with you. I'm taking a hiking trip tomorrow. And so that's going to be my outlet. If you'd like to go on that hiking trip, love to have you go with us. So the first question is, where are your spiritual journey? But then when we talk about the progress we made, it's the answer to this question. Who's in your foxhole? You call them Iron Men in your neck of the woods. I have a different nomenclature. We call them foxhole friends, where I come from. But it's based on the same concept. We can't just be an army of men that celebrates the God of the universe and sing how great is our God without then going into a small group and beginning to break life down and discuss it together. Jesus taught the Sermon on the Mount, but then he gathered the 12 men and began the process where life was. It's good if you've joined a small group. If you're here this weekend and you've never joined a small group, that's your first step. But most churches and many leaders are very content when a guy joins a small group. He's moved from being enlisted in the Lord's army to becoming engaged in his Christian walk. But he can still walk around as an island to himself between small group gatherings. The most significant growth that I've observed over the years, and personally have witnessed in my own life, for 40 years, there's been 3 guys investing in my world. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, we'll talk about that tomorrow morning. One man standing alone can be attacked and defeated. 2 are even better, for they can resist and defend. But 3 are even more important, because a threefold cord cannot be quickly or easily broken. Who's in your foxhole? We'll talk about that tomorrow in session number 2. And that's the one thing we want you to take away. I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee a few weeks ago with over 500 men. And one of the ways to symbolize togetherness, we'll demonstrate that to you this weekend, is standing shoulder to shoulder. We're back to back on the battlefield. We're shoulder to shoulder in the locker room. Nothing better than to have my team gather in such a fashion. So if a guy walks in here this weekend all by himself, he drove up here without others in the vehicle, we want him to recognize, hey, togetherness is a crucial part of Christian brotherhood. And so that'll be a part of our weekend. And then it's going to be an honor on Sunday morning to talk to the entire congregation about advancing the battle. That is the theme of our tour this year, to every place that I'm visiting. And I'm going to talk about 5 principles of warfare. It's always great to be with guys in settings like this, but I was called to reach those guys in the fringe. That's one of the 6 placements on the course of life, using golf as an analogy. You know where those fringe guys are this weekend? They're available, but they're disinterested. A lot of leaders around the country get frustrated with those guys. I've talked to leaders in the last couple of days here. Hey, how's it going reaching some of those fringe guys? Man, I invited them to small groups. We love to see them come to the retreat. Obviously, the ultimate destination is to find an Ironman group, but they haven't taken the first step beyond Sunday morning yet. They have those time clocks, but Monday through Saturday belong to them. And so we got to be patient with those guys because they're inexperienced in God's ways. Just like some of my freshman players in high school, we won 4 state championships. It was important for my upperclassmen to teach those younger players, not just the playbook, but the culture of our program. When you walk into our locker room, our little nomenclature I borrowed from a wrestling coach up in Iowa. Where's the guy from Iowa I met earlier today? Iowa. Right here? Knoxville, we want to talk about it? Okay, I thought so. You had to have him every day. It was different. So there's a wrestling coach in Iowa. And he used the phrase B-A-G-U-B-A. Baguba. You talking about manning up. What does that stand for at CrossFit? Basically, aggressive, guys, uninhibited by adversity. When you walk into my locker room, in your locker, first game of the season, you were hoping to have a B placed up there. And the second game of the season, you were hoping to have an A. And the third game, a G. As we worked through the 11-game season to be a 5-star Baguba athlete, that was the ultimate in my locker room. Because you see, I can prepare my team to go face an opponent. But it's what you bring to the table on game day is going to determine the success of our accomplishments. And so throughout that locker room, the upperclassmen played a crucial role in seeing this take place. In addition to athletics, I'm also very appreciative of the military. Those of you that have served our country, either previously or currently, thought a few of you may be on your way to training. Would you stand, please? I want to recognize the veterans here tonight. June 6, 2019, I'll be in Bedford, Virginia for the final salute for a few D-Day survivors. My bucket list was to get to Normandy. Doesn't seem like that's going to work out unless God pulls out a 11-pound miracle. So plan B is to go to Bedford, Virginia. President Bush will be there speaking. Why Bedford, Virginia? You'll hear the story tomorrow why the National D-Day Memorial is located there. When we talk about advancing the battle, as I was reading the memoirs of Dwight D. Eisenhower, it was an Allied invasion, not an American invasion. He sent our boys to Omaha Beach. He knew that was going to be the most difficult challenge of all. But all the little small nations, he was still inviting some of their just hundreds of troops. Other nations sent thousands of troops. And we sent tens of thousands. 150,000 men landed on the beaches of Normandy on the most significant day of the 20th century in military history. And tomorrow, Because I believe it's time for a D-Day invasion in the men's discipleship movement. And I'm looking for a few guys in Montana who are learning how to man up, not in their power or their strength, but living out Galatians 2:20, where it says, I have completely identified myself in Christ. You see, there's some guys that experience God's amazing grace, but they have yet to really fully experience His transforming grace. Therefore, a spiritual awakening will not fully take place without a heart transformation among men. And so we'll unpack that this particular weekend. And we'll tell you some stories about the D-Day parallels of what's going on in our world. So those are the cliff notes of what we came to share with you. Tomorrow we'll break down Ephesians 6, 4 sessions, the battle, the enemy, the armor, and the focus. If we're going to advance the battle, we've got to grasp, what does it look like for a man and his battlefield? What does it look like for a man and his enemy? What does it look like for a man and his armor? And then finally, what about the focus as we fight the good fight of faith? I will take the focus and then share that with the congregation on Sunday, which is a distinct honor to be able to go back. And there will be men gathering with us on Sunday morning that were available this weekend. But for whatever reason, I'm not talking about the guys who have scheduling conflicts. We've got a few guys here tonight that can't be here tomorrow because of some specific reasons. But there were some guys who were available. There's over 400 guys that you've got an affiliation with. And so this is a typical turnout for a size that we're dealing with. But there's at least 100 guys. I'm hoping that 25 to 50 of them will be there at 11 o'clock or either 9:15 on Sunday. I speak of those two services. As we talk about the 5 principles of warfare. Because I want them to feel included with a little version of the weekend. And I'm going to send you out on a mission for every one of you who are willing to make a commitment in my last moments with you. That you will go back and you will reach out to one of these fringe guys who's not yet in a small group, far, far away from an Ironman group, has never yet attended a retreat. You can invite him to an Iron Sharpens Iron conference, but more importantly, let's find out what he likes to do. Too often times we're expecting those guys to walk through our turnstiles, and we need to get more focused on getting on their turf. I've given my life to each of those guys, and I'd like to share with you a few insights and experiences. From Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. From the Hearst Castle on the west coast of California, the opulence there, to the Biltmore House in Asheville, North Carolina, a few hours from Raleigh. Cultural manhood, as Jacob has shared, is spiraling downward. Toxic masculinity is front and center in our world. Where does that leave you and I for such a time as this? And I will submit to you as we walk through Ephesians 6 tomorrow and talk about your battle. As we talk about the enemy, your armor, and our focus. We need to lock arms. We need to send a delegation to the beaches of Normandy. And what does it look like in Big Sky country for some of you guys to go back and make an impact of a lost and a dying world? And for fellows who have not yet completely identified with Christ, to encourage them to come along and join us, and to abandon their brothers first, but also to find them some foxhole friends in an Ironman group. Looking forward to spending the entire weekend with you, and to introduce this togetherness factor, I want to have you stand at this time. And as you saw demonstrated on the screen with the guys in Chattanooga, you're sitting in a seat that is allowing us to do this. I want you to reach out and put your hand on the guy's shoulder next to you. You'll have to tighten up your lines and make this works, okay? Now, the man code is violated if you grab somebody's hand, okay?
Hey, quit that.
I want to hold a wife's hand, I want to hold your hand, okay? Man code is shoulder to shoulder. We fight back to back, we pray shoulder to shoulder. Let's commit this weekend to the Lord. Father, we came 2,000 miles to do your service. You don't need me here. You don't need Jacob. You don't need Justin. But you've placed us here this weekend. You brought these men for such a time as this. I thank you already for the informal conversations, and I pray throughout this weekend. I firmly believe the gathering is more important than the content. So we're excited about sharing some sessions, but I'm more excited about guys getting together to do some skeet shooting, having some father-son times and the informal occasions, breaking bread together, getting to know guys. Really enjoyed my conversation tonight with David, and also spending time with Jacob. And so I'll just ask about this particular weekend, you would give us your power and your strength. Help us to have a humble spirit and a teachable spirit. Hey, there's some veterans in here in the army of God. These men are getting it right. But Lord, you tell us in your word, a wise man will listen and increase in learning. So give us that teachable spirit. Help us to get to know each other. For those guys that are kind of going at it alone, may they realize before they leave this weekend, no man is an island, and no man should stand alone. And the men of God said, Amen.